Hearing more about the possible impact that the new AEA reform bill could have less than 24 hours before the governor is expected to sign that piece of legislation into Iowa law.
KWWL's Emily Moss has the latest on the controversial legislation.
Ron and Elizabeth, after months of back and forth and amendments and debate, the House and Senate have agreed on a bill that will change Iowa's AEAs. And some of those changes will already be put in place in just a few months.
In my 4 years in the legislature, I've seen several unpopular bills. But this is the first one that not only is universally disliked by both parties, but overwhelmingly one-sided in its opposition to passage.
After months of controversy, changes are coming to Iowa's area education agencies, a supplemental education organization that currently assists all schools in the state with special education, media, and general education services.
This bill is in its entirety will not only improve student achievement in special education, it will not only help improve the AEA system, which is a support system for special ed and general education, but it's going to raise student achievement in its entirety in our state.
The bill will change the funding structure and requirements from Iowa districts, each year beginning this year, allowing districts to keep more and more money in their general fund for special ed, media, and general education services. A task force will be put in place to oversee the agency, and it will also be required to report to the state's Department of Education. Joel Pedersen is the chief administrator at Central Rivers AEA. He expects a bumpy road as they try to make the July 1st deadline.
Some things will probably not be perfect right off the bat, but that's what we do. That's what educators do, right? When something changes or a kid shows up and they need something, we find a way, and the AEA system will find a way.
Looking forward, the agency may look to outside help to come up with a price scale for services that were already included before in the system.
What does 40% get you? You know, what are those extras that you may have to pay to do those things? Districts that are used to just having books show up in their office and the teacher walks down the hallway to get those books, that may not look that way anymore.
But they're confident they'll continue to be able to help kids as they have for the last 50 years.
So I think there is going to be a time of grieving, but then we'll dust ourselves off and continue to do the best we can for kids. And as I've always said, AEAs create miracles every day, and we'll continue to do that.
After the bill's passage, Governor Reynolds sent a statement to the newsroom. It reads, in part, over the last several weeks, this bill has been the focus of much discussion and debate. Change is seldom easy, but it is necessary to achieve better results. Reforming the AEA system creates accountability, transparency, consistency, and most importantly, better outcomes for all Iowa students. The governor is set to sign the bill into law tomorrow afternoon at the Capitol. Emily Moss, News 7, KWWL.
Well, one portion of the bill had overwhelming bipartisan support. It increases the starting minimum wage for teachers in the state up to $50,000 a year.
And Elizabeth, this increase actually is going to put the state of Iowa, in the top 10 nationwide for teachers' starting salaries.